Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for attending today's Tenchi Kanokami monthly ceremony here at the Whittier-Hill Church. Sorry, we're just at. Oh, we can't even see me on this, huh? Okay, there we go. Now you can see me. Huh, I'm there. Thank you very much for attending today. Today we're going to start this is our first monthly ceremony for the 2023 year. So without any further ado, let's begin. Chido Haide for sincere claps. Amatsu no rito. 高間の原にかむずまります。かむろいかむろみのみこともちですねみよやかむいざなぎのみことつくしのひゅうがの立ちはなのおどのあわぎはらに急ぎ払いたまうときにあれませる払えどのお神たちもろもろのまがごと積みけがれよ払いたまい清めたまえと申すことのよしよはまつかみくにつかみやおよろずの神たちともにやめのうちこまの耳振り立ててきこしめせとかしこみも申す。With each wave, may each and every one of your diseases and discomforts, pain and suffering, mental and psychological impairments, and all impurities and negativities be dispelled to the great and vast universe. Allow each and every one of us to be in the pure state of mind. As we are favored, we are blessed, and we are protected by the great love, virtue, and energy of Tenchi Kane no Kami. Please open your prayer books to page 2 for the mediation prayer. Mediation prayer. Let us seek the sacred mediation of Ikigami Kongo Daijin sincerely and wholeheartedly each and every day. May we receive the mediation anew with all our hearts and souls on this day, this very moment. Ikigami Kongo Daijin Sama, Ikigami Kongo Daijin Sama, Ikigami Kongo Daijin Sama, Ikigami Kongo Daijin Sama. Kami prayer, page 3. Reverently we pray, the brilliance of heaven, the richness of earth. Time flows without cease, years pass without end. In heaven and earth is a life that nurtures all. In heaven and earth is a truth that orders all. For this wondrous form, for these wondrous works, let us praise Tenchi Kane no Kami. Let us praise the divine parent of the universe. Kami loves and cares for all humanity, all those who live between heaven and earth. To revere Kami as divine parent, to live in Kami's infinite blessings, this is the way. Yet many, not knowing the way, are lost in greed and selfishness. They suffer the cycle of misfortunes. Great is Kami's sorrow. Our founding father, Kongo Daiji, suffered many trials in this world, but held fast to faith and sincerity. He received Kami's great blessing and began the life of mutual fulfillment of Kami and humanity. Humbly we pray. The divine parent's great wish was thus fulfilled. Kongo Daijin accepted the call to mediation that leads to the mutual benefit of Kami and humanity. By day, he taught the way of faith to all who sought him, expounding the blessings of heaven and earth. And he knew not the coming of night. By night he prayed for those who grieved, seeking salvation for all who suffered. And he knew not the dawning of day. Though years passed and the world changed, he did not waver from his task, the divine task of mediation. Thus was given the sacred Tenchi Kahitsuke, the guiding principle for our daily life. The divine favor was thus renewed and blessings flowed universally, establishing the way of eternal prosperity, the way of mediation of Ikigami Kongo Daijin. By this wondrous revelation, we are given knowledge of the way. Through all the hardships of this world, through pain of body and soul, the way of mediation teaches us to turn our hearts to Kami. Without regard for day or night, whether we are near or far, the way of mediation teaches us to pray with total trust. For living unaware of divine favor, we offer our sincere apologies and pledge to mend our ways. Let us live our faith every day, seeking and rejoicing in your divine favor. Let us care for those in pain and invite them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost and awaken them to a life of purpose. Kami is fulfilled in us. We are fulfilled in Kami. May this way of mutual fulfillment be manifested in this world. May Kami's wish for true peace and the well-being of all people be fulfilled. So we humbly pray. So we earnestly pray. Chido Kane, please bow your heads in prayer. Kakenmaku kashikoki, Kigami Kongo Daijin Tenchi Kane no Oyagami sama no mae ni, Kongo kyo Whittier-Hill kyokaicho, Yawa kyoshi sensei no kawarite, Kongo kyo kyoshi tsumi かしこみも魔王作。かしこかれど我が天地金の神橋。神徳 天地にあまねく道渡らせたまい。皆、物皆を生かし、よろずのことを整えさせたまい。きても天地の間に住む人間を神の愛しごと、めでい尽くしみたまいてあるは、人もかしこきことの網になん。On this chipper afternoon, here at the Kongko Church of Whittier-Hill, on behalf of your beloved children, we have joined in one heart to share our love, sincerity, and appreciation to you for the blessings, favors, guidance, and interventions we received not just in 2022, but also in January. Thank you very much for the favors you have showered upon each of the Ujiko of the Whittier-Hill Church and the New York, New Jersey gathering. We continue to receive your favor and interventions, especially in these recent times. We offer our hearts of appreciation for the daily goyo of the sixth spiritual patriarch, Kyoshu Konko-sama, and his wife Nobuko Sensei and their ohana. We pray that you will keep them healthy in order for them to continue with their goyo and for their children to grow up to be good, industrious, and resourceful individuals to Konko-kyo and society. We thank you for our parent church, Konko Church of Fukuzaki. We offer prayers of appreciation to the Reverend Hironori Ushio, the present head minister. We pray that his mother, Tokoko Sensei, and his family will continue to guide the Fukuzaki Church, its members, and its children churches into the future. We ask that you keep him healthy so that he may perform the most sacred of goyo, Toritsugi. Thank you very much for Reverend Wakiko Igawa, who began sharing Konko Daijin's teachings here in Whittier 29 years ago and founded the Whittier-Hill Church, as well as the Reverend Kyoshi Igawa, who is the present head minister of the Whittier-Hill Church. Please watch over both of them. At present, they're with their daughter Kaz Igawa and her ohana in New Jersey. As an ohana, we pray for healing and protection for our New Jersey family. Help them through this time and raise them up. Heal them physically, mentally, and spiritually. Help them to maintain a positive disposition. Help them to keep their hearts turned to Kami-sama in order to take care and love each other. Share Konko Daijin's teachings and help the Ujiko on the East Coast through Toritsugi. Along with Kyoshi Sensei and Wakiko Sensei, we ask that you please guide, nurture, and protect the Fong family, as well to help all of them to maintain that positive disposition. We ask that you please continue to care for Kaz and her ohana. We ask that you favor them. Through Konko Daijin, you taught us Tenchi no aida ni sumu ningen wa minna kami no ujiko. Humans living between heaven and earth are all the beloved children of Kami. This was truly important for all of us in light of what has been happening in the world. We ask that you help us to not only keep unconditional love and compassion for all in our hearts, but also to reflect it in our daily lives. Help us to be embracing and loving, kind and generous to all, regardless of race, sexual orientation, size, nationality, skin color, gender identity, social economics, age, occupation, social status, etc. I implore of you to please use us to make an impact, big or small, on our communities, cities, counties, and countries. Guide us in our hearts and our actions to be embracing, loving, kind, and generous. We pray for the victims of tragedies, human and natural-made disasters, to recuperate materially, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Please continue to watch over all who are suffering from illnesses and diseases. We pray for those suffering from mental and physical illness and disorders such as dementia, cancer, COVID-19, heart disease, etc. Through your divine intervention and favor, grant these individuals a renewed life and guide them to becoming useful individuals to society. However, we also pray for caretakers. We pray that you will allow them to get time off for themselves. Allow them a moment of sanity and serenity. And give them the additional strength to continue loving and caring for their loved ones. As we continue working to achieve our goals in our individual lives, whether it be for our occupation, studies, relationships, and personal growth, Help us to remember to enjoy the blessings we are receiving every day. And we ask for your protection and guidance with every step we take. Please give us strength to move forward in all aspects of our lives. And help us to live a kami-centered life as we are all allowed to live in the universe through your grace. Help us in developing our relationship with you through daily prayer and toritsugi. Help us to be the light that gives hope to those in despair. And may our prayers be heard and answered for every soul who needs hope, laughter, and your favor. In alignment with our parent church, we pray that for our 30th anniversary in 2024, we are able to renew our faith and our relationship with you. We pray that we will have a membership of 2,000 members and daily worshipers of 1,000 believers. We pray for our 30th anniversary, 1,000 plus believers will be in attendance from just the Whittier-Hill Church. However, we know that it all begins with the individual faith of the believer to enrich themselves before they can reach out and help others. Tenchi, we implore you to use us as your instruments of peace to make an impact upon the world. Guide us in our hearts and our actions to be embracing, loving, kind, and generous. Where there is hatred, let us sow love. Where there is injury, let us offer forgiveness. Where there is discord, let us build peace. Kami-sama, at this time, we pray for the recovery of Reverend Masako Cesarina Kikegawa. We are very grateful that she is now back at the Bakudokan, where the Kikegawa Ohana are working together to ensure she returns to health. Kami-sama, through her faith and ours, we pray that all neguri associated with her situation melt away. Let her faith and that of the Kikegawa family rise like the phoenix. And let Masako Sensei be the light needed to save her family and others. We sincerely pray that her recovery will be the impetus for many of us to revive our hearts, our faith, and our relationship with you. As I bring this prayer to a close, it is our hope that we can end this month safely, in peace and harmony, in love and joy. We pray that the blessings and favor of today's service is granted and received by all here today and those who could not be with us. Ne ki aloha po me hana, mahalo anu ye, our beloved Ikigami Konko Daiji, Tenchi Kane no Kami. Now, please raise your heads. At this time, I will ask Miko Sanchez to please offer the tamakushi, not just on behalf of Reverend Wakiko and Kyoshigawa, but on behalf of all of you as well. So please join her. 一度共に入れ for sincere claps along with Miko. Please open your prayer books to page 6 for the recitation of Tenchi Katitsuke. 気神金剛大臣天地金の神一心に願え影は我が心にあり今月今日で頼め Pray sincerely with all your heart. Be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever. This very day, I pray. Adoration Prayer, page 7. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We bow our heads in prayer toward earth rich and deep. Living amid such gifts of Kami's great giving, how happy and grateful we are. The mediation of Ikigami Kongo Daijin does not stop for a single day. The protection of the divine parent embraces all far and wide. The blessings of Kami flow without limit through all generations. The ways of Kami are mysterious and wondrous beyond our understanding. Day by day, every day, earnestly and reverently, we praise the virtues of Kami. We honor the power of Kami. Chido Haire, 4 sincere claps. Chido Tomoni Haire, 4 sincere claps. Please open your prayer books to page 11 for prayer to the departed souls. Spirits of those who have gone before us, you were given the gift of life in this vast and endless universe. You discharge your duties faithfully, each according to your span of years. You will be remembered eternally, your lives retold from generation to generation, honored as the foundation of our society and the roots of our families. We revere you as the ancestral spirits of our homes, our own divine spirits, We beseech you, stand by us each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami, and help us to fulfill our tasks as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, that we may never lose the way of faith, that we hand it down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, enrich us. Shido Keide, please bow your heads and pray. Iwamaku mo kashikoki, kore no Whittier-Hill 聖母教会のご霊殿にいつきまつご霊人様に。Starting with the Kandori family, Honko family, Ushio family, Kawakami family, and Nakabayashi family, including the late Reverend Akinobu Honko, I respectfully call upon the following to join us today. Honko Daijin sama no go ryoshin, birth parents of Honko Daijin, Gosonpu sama, Father Juhei Kandori, Gobodo sama, Mother Shimu Kandori, adopted parents of Honko Daijin, Kumejiro Kawate, Iwa Kawate, Kawate family, Nishimoto family, Akazawa family, Hideshima family, Otsubo family, Nakayama family, Miyama family, Goto family, Nishi family, Takeda family, Tateno family, Tsuki family, Uzunoe family, Yukawa family, Igawa family, Ikari family, Fujimoto family, Kikekawa family, Matsumoto family, Saiki family, Tanaka family, O'Farrell family, Ivy family, Sanchez family, Landeros family, Hueli family, Fong family, Bing family, Ota family, Lim family, Ayabe family, Brown family, Klaus family, Fukagawa family, Fujimoto family, Furuya family, Horn family, Inoue family, Karakawa family, Kent family, Kitaka family, Lang family, Matsui family, Miyagawa family, Moriwaki family, Nakatsu family, Nakayama family, Okazaki family, Omura family, Sugimoto family, Tagami family, Taniguchi family, Tepnappa family, Umemoto family, Urata family, Wata family, Yamamoto family, Yamauchi family, Yasutake family. Thank you all for watching, guiding, and protecting us in our daily lives. We also honor those who passed in the month of February. Honko Daijin's wife, Honko Tose Hime. The fourth Honko Sama's wife, Honko Tahoko Hime. The founding minister of the Honko Church of Tokyo, Hata Tokusaburo Azuma no Michiwake no Ushimitama no Kami. Founding minister of the Tamamizu Church, Yukawa Yasutaro Miyushi Michiteru Mihashira Ushi no Mitama no Kami. Founding minister of the Amagi Church, Yasutake Matsutaro Umashi Michiwake Izu Saka Ushi no Mitama no Kami. Reverend Kotaro Nishi, Reverend Fumi Niiyama, Reverend Chikao Hasegawa, Nobuzo Yamauchi, Nancy Junko Kaku, Matsui Tetsuo Michio Hiko no Mitama no Kami, Enrique Sanchez, Saburo Kawata, Minoru Ota, Richard Sho Nakashima. Please receive the offerings placed before you, simple tokens of our appreciation, as well as our hearts and prayers of love, appreciation, and sincerity. We ask that all the Mitama called forth today, please be with your descendants. Please continue to watch over, guide, and protect all of us. Tamada suki kakete inorana yo no ya, ya no miyoya no kami no chihai yo. Tamada suki kakete inorana yo no ya, あの御親の神の支配を。Now, please raise your heads. Chido tomoni haire 4 sincere claps, along with the head officiant. Please open your prayer books to page 14. Ancestral prayer. Dear Mikama spirits, everlasting and integral part of the divine parent of the universe, we pray that the Mikama of our ancestors and family, as well as the Mikama of all people, are in eternal peace and happiness. To you who have gone before us, we give thanks wholeheartedly for paving the way through hardships and self-sacrifice, in order that we who are here today can receive all the benefits of your endeavors. To you, our ancestral spirits, we gratefully acknowledge the protection and guidance which you have bestowed upon us. We pray that you continue to protect and guide us throughout our daily lives. We pray that we realize and develop your divine virtue this and every day. Chiro haire 4 sincere claps. Oh, hi, Rod Sensei. Hi, Oguchi Sensei. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for attending the Whittier-Hill Church's first monthly ceremony for the year 2023. Last in December, I was so irritated. If you heard every single sermon I've ever given, and there was, I don't know how many, there were a bunch of them, in December. My focus really was on the most irritating teaching that Wakiko Sensei kept giving me. However, as irritating as it was, it truly has so much value to me. And it's one of the teachings from Kyoso-sama, Konko Daijin, that I truly hold in my heart, which is Aratamari ga Daichi, or reflection, or reformation is of the utmost. And it's so interesting because in January, most of my sermons were about, so now what? We reflected on the blessings that we had. We reflected on the favor we received, the interventions that we received. We reflected on all of these things. So then what was the question? This year is the 140th anniversary of the founding, of when Kyoso-sama passed away. And, I personally I really took that month to reflect on now what? It became such a huge process of mine because now what? I keep talking about this process of reflection and then moving forward, taking that next step, and then jitsuiten. And it's so interesting that just a couple of days, Friday was Setsubun in Japan. Now, if you don't know what Setsubun is, it's based off the old calendar. It's when spring starts, supposedly in Japan, with the old calendar. And they have this ritual where they have several different rituals, but one of the rituals is you take these beans, which you're supposed to be the number of your age beans, and you throw it at the oni and you say, "Oni wa soto, fuku wa uchi." And we did this at my school. They were cute little onis. They look like dragons, but I don't have the money to buy the oni outfit because that sucker's expensive. But my students did that. And then as I read more into it, it's so interesting because it says that this is bad luck. The onis represent bad luck. I don't think the onis represent just bad luck. I think when we think about it, it's so profound that it represents things that we don't want about ourselves. So things that we can, reformation. And when we ask the food to come in, we're asking to reform ourselves. Wakiko Sensei, I don't know if she told this to her children or not, but she often told me this. Like, we would be by herself, and she would often tell me, I have many bad traits. I have many bad traits, Todd, and I know I have good traits. I want you to pick and choose what you want. You take all the good traits from me. You take them all. The bad ones you leave behind. Don't take the bad ones. And she repeated this very often, even until the point of her leaving Los Angeles for New Jersey. I think one of the last conversations we had was, I have so many bad points. Please don't look at those. Please don't follow me. Please don't do that. Just take the good points and run with it. I think one of the big things I've learned from her is how she always kept trying to up the ante. And that's kind of a weird thing to say. I think the phraseology is weird. But how this jitsuitene, although it's sincere and conscientiousness, I think it means so much more. So much more. How can we and what can we do to strengthen our relationship with Kami-sama? What is that next step that we need to do? And not all at once. That's crazy. But what is one step? One step that we can do. This year, again, it's the 140th year since Kyoso-sama, Kongo Daijin, passed away. And I made a commitment. One of the things I really thought and reflected about was, I want to go to church. Now, I live separate from the San Diego church, so I live in a place called Chula Vista, and church is like 20, 30 minutes away. Fortunately, I'm going against traffic, so I'm lucky. Coming home is not a pretty picture, but that's okay. And I told myself, I want to omairi. I want to go to church at least once a week. Every Monday, I want to go to church once a week. And I want to pray before those altars. Because our altars, believe it or not, this is a power spot. Wherever you have your altar, believe me, if you did an energy thing and you've been praying in front of your altar, it's a power spot. There is energy that comes from that altar. That's why I told and I'm only on week 3 of this, because I really just started, because I realized this is something I want to do. My parent church minister, Reverend Masao Yukao, shared with us his experience. He said, I don't know what it means to omairi. I don't. Because here's church, and he lives right in back of church. So he just comes around the aisle, he walks in, he doesn't know what it means to have to leave your home, walk to the train station, take a subway to get to the next or whatever subway station, and then walk from that subway station all the way to church. He has no clue. He had no clue what it meant to omairi. And so he said when he was at seminary, he made a commitment. He wanted to know, what does it mean to Almighty? What does it mean? So he would wake up every morning around 3:30 or so-ish, so he could attend Kongo-sama's it's called the Odemashi, where Kongo-sama leaves his home. He goes to the worship hall. And he said, I'm going to do that. And he did it every single day. And he realized something that his founding minister taught, which was faith is developed by our feet. Faith is developed by our feet. And he realized, he even talked about, even though he doesn't Almighty at present, he doesn't realize what it's like being on the outside. Like just walking outside, he goes, oh, it's raining. I didn't know it was raining. Oh, it's cold. I don't know what's cold, because they have the heaters and everything. And he says that he wanted to make this effort. He wanted to take this next step effort to feel and understand more about what believers go through. Coming here on Saturday, I got here on Saturday. I remember coming to the Okekkai here, and the first thing I said was, wow, this is Almighty. I have taken advantage of the fact I get to Almighty. I get to come to Whittier Church once a month. I get to do that once a month. I didn't realize I was so grateful. It just was this epiphany that happened. And it made me so grateful that I get this wonderful goyo of being allowed to come here to prepare for the monthly service or Mitama Matsuri or Godai-sai. I have this wonderful opportunity. I have this, it's a privilege. That's what it is. It's a privilege that I get. And so I'm going to throw the question back at all of you. Now what? What's the next step for you? Kyosu-sama taught us that it's so important to continue turning our hearts to Kami-sama, turning our hearts to Kami-sama. Faith is not just believing in Kami-sama, it's having a relationship with Kami-sama. I recently spoke to a believer who lives up in Northern California, and she's gone through a great deal, and I said, it's okay to be mad at Kami-sama. It's okay to cry at Kami-sama. It's okay to swear at Kami-sama, because you have to get all that gunk out. You have gone through so much, and you still are in this process of going through what you're going through. But it's okay to be upset. I hope that, from this, and my prayer for her is that through all of this, she will realize why. She will come to understand Kami-sama's, what we call oboshimeshi, or meaning for her for what has happened. That she will grow from this, and she will develop a strong relationship with Kami-sama. I have to tell you, I'm going to be honest, I don't understand Kami-sama's grand master plan. I don't get it. I'm a minister, but they don't give us a book called Grand Master Plan at the seminary. There's no book that says Grand Master Plan. This is Kami-sama's grand. We don't get that. Unlike Shinto, the actual Shinto religion, where they have this book that tells you where the lucky days and directions and the month and the days and blah 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 and blah 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 are. Like it's like this thick and it's very detailed. We don't have that. And so I ask all of you to continue this process of reflection. Continue turning your hearts to Kami-sama. If you live near a church, remember, it really is this wonderful privilege. It is so, a kyokai is a zeitaku na mono. To have this church is a zeitaku na mono. And I wish more people, I don't know how to try it. What is zeitaku? Come on, Miko. Come on. Miko's not helping me here. Zeitaku is it's an extra. It's an extra. She'll come up with it soon. But it's like an extra. She's right. It's like an extra thing. When instead of going for the regular bag, you go for the Louis Vuitton bag. That's zeitaku no mono. instead of eating that $10 steak, you decide to go to whatever steakhouse and pay $700 for a steak. That's zeitaku. And if you can come up with the English translation somewhere out there, please feel free to. But 教会is a 贅沢なもの. And here's the one thing about the 贅沢なもの. You have complete access to it. You have complete access to it. So why not take advantage of it? If it's 贅沢 and it's free, why not take advantage of it? And so I encourage all of you, to please use this opportunity. Use this now, not just for reflection anymore, but now on action. What can you do to become closer to Kami-sama? So I'm going to end here on that note. Our next service is actually on March 5th. I remembered it because it's the same day as today. It's March 5th. It'll be our Mitama Matsuri. So please know that will be one of our longer services because I will be reading out all of the names of those who have passed. If you have someone you would like honored here at church, now please note, this is not a conversion ceremony. We're not converting anybody. We are honoring and appreciating them by calling out their name during the service. So if you have someone special that you would like honored, please send their names to the email address, or if you're on Instagram and you're watching this, please just DM me their names, their full names, as well as when they were born and when they passed away. If you can get me that information, I greatly appreciate it. I can add them to the list, and I can make sure that they are honored every single month. Every month, the month that they passed away. So please, do not hesitate to do so. Yes.
Google says luxury.
Oh, luxury. Zeitaku is luxury. See, church is a luxury, and it's free, and you have access to it. Why not take advantage of it? So, but please, I do hope that you will be able to come into attend. You'll be able to be in attendance for this service, whether online or in person. We welcome you to that service. So I thank you very much for joining us today. Please take care. Please stay safe. And we shall see you next month on the 5th. Bye-bye. You want to say bye?
Bye. Maybe one day I'll let them see my face.
I think you might have done it once. Oh, wait, now let me turn this off.